I'm Lori. Welcome to my apartment. Well, Brittany, you are on, this is my last episode.
Really?
Yeah, I'm switching. I'm switching up.
Okay.
I'm going to make a new channel, but I'm not telling everybody what it is.
Okay. Well, I like it.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a surprise?
It's going to be a surprise, but I don't know that I'll advertise it like on my Facebook like I did before or anything.
Okay.
So, but it just, basically, the people that watch this are in different countries.
Oh.
Like, there's a couple people that are from this country, but mainly it's other countries.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But,
All right.
yeah. So, people will see you in some other country.
Some other country. What's
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're in the United States, but... So we know each other, and you're okay with me saying
Yep.
anything? Okay.
Absolutely.
We know each other from recovery.
Yep.
We lived together in a halfway house.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to butter you up or anything like that, but what I love about you is I could tell you anything in your vault. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's not going
It's
anywhere.
not.
It's not going anywhere. It's not even going to phase you.
It's not.
It's not going to make your jaw drop. Nothing.
No.
Yeah, no judgment.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like with my exorcism. You're the same way, though.
I am the same way.
I mean, and I tell people and I laugh. They're just like, what is so funny about this? Because they don't understand, you know? But I'm like, yeah, we had this whole code language about everything. And you're just like, so how's your exorcism coming? And I'll be like, and I'll just go, you know,
Yeah.
and nobody, and they didn't really face anybody else. They're just like, man, shit, they're weird. It's fine. Just leave them alone, you know? They know what they're talking about, and that's, you know. And it was really great, you know?
Yeah. Well, you didn't actually need one.
I didn't.
No. But you thought that you might.
I
But it
did.
wasn't really an exorcism.
No.
No.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a big C word, that big cancer word, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, no. I'd rather get an exorcism.
All the demons.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have all the demons and that cancer word, you know what I mean? No, we ain't
Yeah.
doing all that. That's just too
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
You know?
that's scary.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, though, that was the only concern at the halfway house that everybody said something. And I was like, that's kind of cool that even one of the other girls had just got there and she didn't even know me. And
Yeah.
she said something, concern about it,
Yeah.
about me in community.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is crazy. People like me? Oh, man, people notice when I'm not okay. This is strange, man. Yeah, it's real strange.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I just, I don't know, sometimes I feel weird, like if I'm going through a bad time and I tell people and then they start like,
yep.
that makes me want to go,
Nope. Mhm.
like, I'm just saying what I'm going through.
Yeah, I'm just saying what I'm going through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. This past week I've tried to ask people for help, and I don't do that well or often.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And I decided that the reason why I don't do that is because I think it is associated whenever you ask somebody for help that you want their opinion.
I might be guilty of that, though, given my opinion.
I mean, me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Me too. And I'm like, so it was kind of a learning experience to be like, I guess if somebody asked me for help, I should be like, what do you need from me?
Do you need me to do something physically?
Right, yeah.
Do you need me to listen? Or
do you want me to use my ears? Do you want me to use my mouth? Do you need me to hold something? What's happening? You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because I've gotten angry, like
Yes.
recently.
Yes. Same.
When I was just saying something,
Yeah.
and then I was told what's up.
Yes.
And I'm like,
That's not what this is.
that's not what this is.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
Mhm. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Feels like a judgment, though, kind of.
Yes.
Hmm.
It does. There's like, oh, well, why would you do that? You should do this.
But they don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
They don't know.
They don't know.
No, they don't know. But, yeah, they don't know. Unless they've been through the exact same thing, they can say what they did.
Yeah, what they did.
But it doesn't mean you have to do what they did.
No.
No. Mm-mm. The person that I could ask for help the easiest was my Christian mentor.
Yeah.
Just we had that kind of relationship where
That's a good idea.
she's kind of like you. She's a vault.
Yeah.
No gossip. No nothing.
Yeah.
No anything. Now I'm guilty of a little bit of gossip. But
Yeah.
I'm not huge. It's not a
Yeah.
huge thing with me. But she nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I could tell her just about anything. Yeah. Yeah, she's a great mentor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of mentors,
Yeah.
me and my mentor just did a video question, I don't really know what it's called, for the church, for the mentor program.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're going to be on the big screen?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently
Okay.
I am, yeah. And I just thought they said, hey, it's for the mentor program. Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
that. Because, I'm actually still in contact with my mentor,
right.
And I'm like, absolutely. And then I get there to do it, and I didn't realize that it was going to be played at church. And I'm wearing my shirt that says, vibing with my demons. Well, here we are.
Here I am.
You should have said there was a dress code. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's great.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
And
I want to go. I'm going to go to church.
Yeah,
Just so,
just
when,
to
do,
see
when
it.
can I,
have
see
no
that?
idea. I have no idea when it's going to air. I don't have any
I
idea.
got to see that.
Yeah, I should ask and be like, listen, I'm going to be on the big screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big screen.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mentor's like, are you going to be okay with doing this? I'm like, yeah. I love to talk about myself. I'm like, absolutely, I'm gonna be fine. The person's gonna ask me questions, I'm gonna answer it, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. People tell me all the time, are you nervous to speak? No. I love to talk about myself.
What
That's
I
so fun.
loved about my mentor is she
Yeah.
never preached to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, she listened to me,
Oh yeah.
but she never preached to me.
We would connect because, I did grow up in church and all that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I physically know a lot about it, and we could talk about it and everything, but yeah, it wasn't like a, let me shove this down your throat type of thing.
Yeah.
No, she still is great. She's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
she is great. She really is.
And she's helped me so much. Even Christmas, she brought the baby Christmas presents.
Yeah.
I was like, you ain't gotta do all that. But yeah, no, she's one of the first ones I told when I was pregnant, so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I named my bunny after mine.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of bunny, did you see the bunny? Yeah.
Yeah. And it was weird when we first met. We didn't know each other and we went somewhere. I'm like, this is like a weird first date. Like, I'm kind of like weirded
Yes.
out. I don't know. But then
It just clicked.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just clicks.
Mine and my mentor's first date, we couldn't go anywhere
Uh-huh.
because I had gotten in trouble with the halfway house, and she was going to take me to go get my nails done.
Uh-huh.
And I had to call her and be like, hey, so I can't leave the house. So you know what she did? And so she was like, oh, it's fine. I'll bring you food, and I'll go and buy the stuff, and we'll just do our nails at the halfway house. I was like, oh, well, that's okay.
That's really cool.
That's really cool,
Yeah.
I was like, that's neat that she just was like, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was kind of embarrassed to be like, hey, I've been here for like 2 hours and I've already gotten in trouble and can't leave. It's fine. It was like 30 days actually, but it's okay.
I didn't get in trouble.
I know.
I probably should have gotten in trouble.
You just skimmed right underneath that radar.
I guess so. But I mean, I got mine though eventually. Like,
Oh,
fairly
yeah.
early on. I
Yeah.
wasn't too crazy, but
No, you didn't do anything
if I was
crazy.
out of cigarettes and I had money in the gas stations right there,
I know.
I walked over there.
Oh,
and
no, I
got
don't blame you at
cigarettes.
all.
Because when I was there, you'd have to wait all the way till Friday.
Hmm?
And me going without smoking,
Listen.
I'd go out and take a drink or something.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
That early in
Yes.
sobriety, yeah.
I mean, I don't smoke, but I would have did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? I tell people all the time, no, do not try to quit smoking.
Right.
And that's early in recovery. Don't do that. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never smoked a cigarette, but I just don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You're just trying to do too much. I don't blame you for going. No, don't blame me one bit.
Well, I'm still on nicotine.
I know.
I just quit cigarettes again. I
did.
did on the camping trip.
Yeah.
Did real well for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to sleep. Even though I have
Really?
vapes, even though I have pouches.
Huh.
It's just that I can't, it's not the same amount or something. And I sleep only a couple hours a night.
I know that's
It's
rough.
So
Yeah.
eventually I start getting kind of loopy a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
You know, but it's all going to stop. I mean, I just have to get through it and know what's going on and all that.
Absolutely.
But it's just, for some reason people are like, oh, I just quit, and I'm just not one of them people.
Nope.
Yeah, that's not it.
The guy at work was like, yeah, I just decided I'm not going to smoke today. I'm like, you're weird.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, well, good luck with that. And he hasn't. I was like, man, I don't.
And he's calm? Because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Super calm. Strangely calm.
The
Oh,
last,
shoot.
oh, Clement.
Yeah.
The last time I almost quit my job. I was so
like
mad.
rage quit.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
It is a thing.
Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh. And I had, I've messed around. I wasn't doing pouches then, so I wasn't having nicotine at all during work. And I don't really get breaks, so.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, it was bad.
But
You don't get breaks either?
No.
It's real rough. Like, if I could have like a half an hour to go outside and stuff, like I'd be a different person.
Yeah. Well, like they say, we're supposed to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, I'll get off the floor and go sit in the break room, you know what I mean? And, like, breathe for a second, eat a snack, check my phone, like, text daycare, be like, hey, what's he doing? Something like that. Because they send me pictures of him all the time doing silly stuff. And, but, yeah, like an actual break, no. I mean, I probably could take one if I really needed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of say that for if I really need it,
Yeah.
And sometimes there has been, like emergencies where I really need it, but it's few and far between. I know. But I eat 3 meals a day with my clients,
Yeah.
But I love them.
Yeah.
So.
And you work in recovery.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you, it's rough.
It's
rough.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have been offered pathways to do that, and I've been very hesitant just because sometimes I'll carry other people's stuff around with me. Sometimes energetically, I can't help it even if I don't want to.
Yep.
Then I need to take an Epsom salt bath, and I don't have a bath, and then
that gets real sketchy.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever need one, I got a bathtub.
Okay. Or I need to sit in the woods for 3 hours, and I can't do that every day.
Can't do that. No, it's true.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would be extremely good at it with your mellow, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even me that I don't really get emotionally involved in it, but there are some clients that I just
you connect with.
I get them, and sometimes it's real rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard even in some of my distance, from the halfway house. It's not really distance. I don't go as much as other people, and I shouldn't compare myself because I still go there every week.
Absolutely.
But here in the last month, I've seen 2 of our sisters that are in relapse, out and about.
Yeah.
It's so rough to see.
Yeah. Well, it's
so
not
rough.
just. It's the people we lived with.
Well, these people I did not live with.
Yeah.
But I was there. Yeah, I was there, and I was close to them, and it's really hard to see.
It is very hard.
Because I know there's nothing I can do.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, and it's so much easier to say it than actually do it.
I know. You know it in your head.
Oh, I know
it.
I know it with every fiber of my being, because I tell my clients it all the time. If love was enough, if the love that we have for our sisters, our brothers, our family, our kids was enough, we wouldn't have done it. Right. if my love for the people, the girls in our halfway house, it was enough, then we wouldn't have a need for a halfway house,
Right.
you know. But I mean, with Clement's dad was the same way. I knew it.
It is so hard though. It's easier for other people to judge, but I have somebody in relapse that I really love, like
Yes.
almost in my bones.
Bones.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like I love him in my bones.
It's deeper than your bones, honey. It's in your soul.
It's just like, and
No, there goes the table.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, it's an outdoor table. It's fine. But it just, I'm not going to talk to him. Then I can't help but talk to him.
I know.
And then none of it makes sense really.
doesn't.
And then it's fights, and then it's just, I know not to do that.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to even like go. I want to go there.
So okay.
And I can't save anybody, and
You
I can't, and I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe this needed to happen. I don't know because I don't know everything.
Right.
But I know
So-
that.
Whenever I'm in this situation, right, I'm like, okay, so I just repeat to myself, okay, big book, nothing happens in God's world by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how terrible it is, it can't.
I can't go.
I have to believe that it's supposed to happen this way.
There has to be some kind of lesson learned.
Yeah, from
or
somebody.
Some kind of perspective shift.
Yep.
Some kind of something has to happen.
Yeah, it has to happen.
It probably
It's way
doesn't-
bigger than me.
It's bigger than me. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I know I can't save them either. I can be there, you know, as much as I can physically be there, right? And with this little bundle of joy, you know, I have him to think about, right? But I also...
But it makes you almost nauseous.
It does, yeah.
Like since I found out, I've been, at least for a little while each day, I've been nauseous.
Yeah.
And even though I've worked everything, I've talked to people,
Yes.
but see, I just went through this in a relationship where it happened twice. And it's really hard.
Oh.
Eventually, at the end, I got mad. And that was enough to get me out of it. Like, pull me out of that, like, you know, water in the face.
Yeah.
You know, this, it can't
do it.
Can't happen, yeah.
I want to say it gets easier. And I'm very leery, right, you know, about what I trust, because that's a big thing, you know, it's a big thing for us in recovery.
Yeah, but it's just hard because a lot of the people that I'm around, like people, like guys that I would meet, they're in recovery.
Yep.
And just my experience is they relapse way more than we do.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't want to do this, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't get sober to do this.
No, I did that enough in the madness. No.
Right.
Yeah. It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm there as much as I can be, and I pray for them, and you know, I mean, I will love them from afar, and they always know where I'm at and how to get a hold of me if they
need I need help.
I need help. I need help. Okay, well, what do you need? What can I help you with? You know, I will give you my opinion if you want it. I will help you get into treatment because I'm connected to do that. What do you need? Okay, boundaries. I don't give money, and I won't give rides, and you're not coming to my house. Yeah, but other than that, absolutely, I'll listen to you.
Yeah. Well, I won't be in physical contact. Yeah. Like, we're not hanging out.
We're not hanging out.
No, we're not hanging out, and you have to be sober to hang out with me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day. Somebody bought a new car, and they went and they were so excited. Bought a new car. They went and got it tagged and everything. Well, they got pulled over leaving the B&B. Everything was fine. Well, then they go and they found weed in the console. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I'm thinking, they said, well, the person we bought it from said that it was detailed. I'm like, well, either they lied or those detailers need to find a new job. And I'm just like, you need to go and get that. You need to do that yourself. Like, I have a vacuum if you want, you know, but because I'm thinking, okay, if I was in that car, I'm a drug felon. I'm going to jail. No ifs, ands, or buts, or nothing. Even if I literally just picked that car up and it had been in my possession less than an hour, I'm done. I'm going to jail, and this baby is out of my custody, and I'm hit, and everything I've worked for is gone. You know, the relationship with my 10-year-old, all of it. You know, I'm like, and I was like, thank goodness I didn't get in that car.
Yeah.
You know, because it could have been bad.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, they don't have any drug charges, and they're just like, oh, I think I'm fine. I'm like, you best not play with that thinking you're fine, because you can think it and think your way to jail.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I do. I know. I'd be gone. I'd be gone in a minute. And this little guy would be all by his little lonesome. Yeah.
You wouldn't be by your lonesome.
Dad would have no mommy. Dad, but I have Pappy in them. Yeah. So I hit a deer this week.
Yeah, that's crazy. Where were you at? Were you here in town?
No, I was going to work.
Does this bother your asthma?
No.
Okay.
No, you're good. Okay, so I have to leave at crack 30, right? Because before God wakes up, yep. I have to take him to daycare, okay, and that's in a different county, right? So on the way from Corden to Pekin, there's 135, is pretty much a straight shot, and it's like I said, it's like 4:30 in the morning, so it's dark, and I see the deer, it's walking, just, you know, meandering through the road. I'm like, okay, so I go to slow down, and I'm going maybe 55, 60 miles an hour. Okay, it's on the highway. I go to slow down, not a big deal. So I go and I swerve to go around this deer. It's walking this way. No, I guess it gets scared, turns, and goes right back. And I mean, I hit it, and I stop, and it flies in the air, and it spins 3 times in the air. I was like, oh my God, it was a huge deer. Huge doe. Huge. Yeah. And I pull over to the side of the road. He's still asleep, thinking this. So I was like, okay, well, you're crazy, but you're still asleep, so.
That's a good sleep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't, no peeps, didn't even face him. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, great. Well, I didn't know that when you hit a deer, you're supposed to call the cops.
I don't know that either.
Well, apparently you are.
Why?
For a claim.
For your insurance?
For your insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, which I had no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I'd never hit a deer before. So, yeah.
Well, we're not used to calling the cops.
That's true.
That's
very true. Yeah. That's good to also be it. Yeah. But, I did that. Called the cops. He came. Got a claim. All the stuff, you know. I was obviously late to work, but I made it. I don't know if the car's going to make it, but...
Why? What?
Well, because
it's droopy now?
It is quite droopy now, yeah. And I don't know nothing about cars. Nothing. So I don't know if it's safe to drive with him in it. I don't care what it looks like. You know what I mean? I'll keep the hood banged up. I don't care. I just want to make sure it's safe for him to be in it. So. But
I know some people.
Yeah? You know some people?
I know 2 people.
Cool. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. Insurance and claims is, oh my goodness, it's so stressful.
Yeah.
It's so stressful and overwhelming this week. And I'm like, I don't even know. Yeah. Like, I just want to make sure the car is safe. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like.
What kind of will it pay to have it fixed?
Okay, so the insurance says because the car is so old and where the deer hit, that they want to total it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's a 2002 and it has almost 300,000 miles on this car. Mm-hmm. So, they're like, okay, well, it's done. Mm-hmm. So, I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. And whenever I got my deductible, I don't guess I changed it from the old car to this car. Mm-hmm. And I think my deductible is still $1,000. And so I'm paying full coverage on a car.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my deductible is $1,000, so I'm paying full coverage on a car that's not worth full coverage. with a deductible of $1,000.
Because I was wondering why insurance was even involved.
Yeah.
I assumed it was just liability.
No.
No.
I was like, oh, hey, this is a good adult decision to keep full coverage on this car because, single mom, I gotta have a car. But I didn't have rental assistance on my insurance for some reason, I don't know. And I don't have, my deductible's still $1,000, so I don't know if I'll get anything from the insurance if they total this car out. But if it's not safe, then I don't want to keep it anyways.
But are they going to give you a check so you can get another car?
Yeah, but,
okay.
I mean, whatever they say the car is worth, they're going to deduct the deductible from. So if they say, this car is worth $1,500, oh,
You
your
get $500.
deductible's, here's $500.
Your car, but with this $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I guess you live and you learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I know two people and I'll talk to both of them. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah. I'll be able to talk to both of them.
My dad is willing to help me now, which is strange.
Yeah?
Yeah, strange. But I think that, if I would have to get a new car, he would be willing to help, put a down payment on it or, pay the car, you know what I mean? And then I would pay him the payment.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Kind of like I did when I got that car. But, which would be awesome because I could do that,
That would probably be safer than fixing that one.
I think so. Like I said, I don't know anything about cars, right? But where I can't get the hood open, wherever the radiator is attached, it's bent inward, and it was straight.
So you can't get it open to put oil in it or transmission fluid or
somebody else
like
might be able to.
Oh yeah,
but I can't.
Yeah.
Because I've tried. I go in there and try to pop the hood and nothing pops. Nothing, you don't hear it. I go and I try to get, you know what I mean? Because you can open it by hand and I can't get it open. It's bent inward. So, it was a big old deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I might have stopped on my way home and took a picture of it because I was like, look, because no one was like, how fast was you going? I'm like, I wasn't. It was just a huge deer. It was huge. Yeah.
Well, I used to live down this street that I'm on now, but it's called a different one in street in the country. And there's just deer all the time.
Yeah.
But especially when I was taking the kids to school and, at, I guess, dawn.
Yeah.
And I had a buck run, a huge one. It jumped over the hood of my car. But it was right there. So I can't even imagine. It had to scare you. You had to be traumatized by the time you got to work.
Yes, I was.
I have to solve problems after my adrenaline's on 100.
Under 100, yes. Yeah. Listen, but immediately the first thing I did was check him. Mm-hmm. Because the wreck that I had before with my 10-year-old in the car. You know what I mean? He was very awake and screaming, and I had 2 broken arms, so I couldn't even. You know what I mean? Comfort him.
Yeah.
And his dad's in the front seat crying, but that's fine. I'm just like, get out and get this baby. Yeah, I'm like, I can't move my arms. Do something productive. That was not very nice. Not a very nice.
But you have to do that kind of in those kind of situations. Yes. Do this, do that, be direct.
Yeah.
Can't.
Well, because I tried to get, in the wreck when I broke my arms, I tried to get Chance out, and I couldn't. I couldn't move my arms.
Yeah. In those kind of situations, I'm not a crier either. I kind of disassociate and then do whatever has to be done.
Yeah.
But then I'll cry later.
Yeah.
Later on I'll cry.
I remember that I was I felt my bone up here moving. So I just grabbed this arm and put it up here and did this. And it was get the baby. Yeah. That's what I remember doing. Craziness.
Yeah, it is craziness.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. But, everybody else was fine. I just broke my arms. Thank God everybody else was fine.
I just have a baby and I have broken arms. That's all.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You agree? Yeah? Okay.
So the shirt that you have on, did you tie-dye that?
I did.
You did?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. That, when you do like your artwork, it inspires me. Like
Oh,
to
well, thanks.
tie-dye and things. Like when other people do, I kind of feel like I don't, like it inspires me to do what I kind of want to do. Like what I started making earrings.
Did you make those?
Yes, I made those.
I thought you did. Those are
Yeah.
awesome.
I love them. I
They
thought
look so you.
Well, I thought these are kind of weird looking, but then I did them and I'm like, I freaking love them.
Yeah. They're so you.
Yeah.
I do. I love them.
But I go through phases where I want to do that and then I don't want to do it for a while.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to, because I thought it'd be hard to have like a business, like in.
To do it all the time?
And I ask, they have like a glass thing every, is it October? Yeah. Every October here. And I asked one of the glass blowers, I'm like, does this get old?
Right.
Like having this as a business?
Yeah.
And, or I'm like, do you just want to do what you want to do? Because
Right.
you have to kind of go, can't just follow your intuition
Right.
of what you want to do. You kind of have to make it for a market.
Yeah.
And she said that it doesn't really bother her. But I think it would me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I mean, kind of like tie-dyeing, like people want certain colors. That might be cool, like, because you kind of see like a different point of view or something like that. But I don't know, like glass blowing or something, I would kind of want to do whatever.
Yeah, like just let your creativity go.
But I'm more, my oldest son, he is very good at like 3D drawing.
Oh, cool.
But he doesn't do it. But he had like an engineering class and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. And that's part of the reason why I do more like weird, intuitive things, because I don't have that talent to sit. If I went and I painted like a fruit on a table or something, it would look like a child did it. It would. It would. I mean, I kind of need a class in that, but I don't know, kind of pushed me into doing something odd things, like really kind of odd things.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't think
Absolutely.
people will understand it, but that's okay.
It's not really for them to understand.
It's not. And when I first, I guess, tried to figure out what I liked sober, what made me kind of happy or brought joy to my life, I just started like coloring.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's start somewhere.
Yeah. Colored pencils, and I just started coloring, and sometimes I'll just go back to that.
Yeah. Listen, I love to color.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't get to do it much, but yeah, I love to color. I mean, I love to do anything crafty where I'm making stuff, you know, so.
Yeah, it's hard to have, it's hard to set out time and have inspiration at the same time when you're freaking busy all the time.
Yeah. And you might have a little thing over here that
Interrupts you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's going to get to where he paints and stuff with me, so that'll be cool.
That will be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I did that with my 10-year-old, and I mean, I remember my mama doing that with me whenever I was a kid. And I can see the differences whenever you have a boy and you're trying to teach him stuff and a girl and you're teaching her stuff. But not that it's bad, it's just different, you know. But my 10-year-old liked to mix the colors to see what happened, right? Because I would tell him, like, the color theory, you know, what happens whenever you mix them. But he wanted to see it, you know what I mean?
He wanted to do it and experience it.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So we Halloween, like, I'll buy him a pumpkin, and I never carved a pumpkin till we got in the halfway house. I always just painted them. So we'll paint the pumpkin, you know, and he can paint whatever he wants on it, you know. He loves it. He loves doing it. Messy, but I feel like having boys are just messy in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are messy.
Which is cool, because I'm quite messy. I'm quite messy myself, you know?
Well, I've always felt, and maybe this isn't completely true, I look really girly, but I'm not real girly.
Right.
I am, but I'm not.
No. Yeah.
And I feel like women in the halfway house, we have a lot of male traits.
Yes. We do. You're right.
We do.
Yep. You're right.
But we kind of have had to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had to.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
also
I mean,
true.
we're both single, so we have to do. I don't want to more masculine things. I want to say and feminine things.
Yeah.
So you can't just be one, which nobody's completely just one, but
Right.
you really have to. I'm not big on the masculine things all the time. It doesn't satisfy me because I'm a woman.
Right.
You know, like all discipline, we got to do this, we got to run here and do that. Some people thrive in that. I do not. That's gonna make me not want to
do anything.
No.
Yeah.
Not want to. If it's all this, and no time for like walking in nature or just like yoga or something. No,
not doing it. Yeah.
No, but I did that like. I was dry drunk for a while, and I did that, but I tried to be, at that point, like Mother of the Year.
Right.
Yeah, don't ever try that, because it's real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Because all you do is complicate your life with a lot of everything.
Yeah. I just want to be Mother. I just
I'm
want to be
mother.
a mother. I want to be Mother of the Year. That's it.
Yeah.
Like they have those shirts, it's like world's
greatest mom,
okayest mom, or something like that.
I might be okay.
Yeah, like I think that's what I strive for. I mean, I strive for my kids to be alive. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's fed.
He's gonna make it.
He's fine today. He is A-okay. So.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, maybe some worry is okay.
Yeah.
Like if maybe there's a problem, but I never liked growing up, and I try not to do it to my kids, to put worry on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like if somebody does that now to me, especially like in recovery, I will reject that and move away from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I try not to, but I do have like when it's real snowy and icy, I do get some fear around that. There's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing.
But I'll be like, the roads are icy or something. Yeah. Are you going to work? Kind of.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I try my best not to. It doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think that's love, being worried.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I don't think so either.
No.
No. I mean, it's not going to help them. It's going to make you sometimes physically ill, you know, if you worry too much, you know. But, yeah. Listen, I'm doing the best that I can.
Right.
And that's it, you know. That's all I got. Tuesday, my 10-year-old got mad. This is the first time that he's ever gotten mad at me.
Okay.
And I was like, well, this is new.
Well, it's real then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well. So, I was raised, right? You don't hit your parents.
I was raised that way too. Yeah. You get knocked out.
Yes, absolutely.
I never hit my parents.
No way.
No.
Nope, never.
Never.
So my 10-year-old is still alive. I did not murder him. He did get mad because I said I could not buy him Pokemon cards. And I explained to him, like, well, Mommy is on a budget. You know, like, your Pokemon cards is not in that budget. And I was like, do you know what a budget is? You know, like, because after I said, I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't know what that is, you know, because I didn't know what that was, you know. So he said he did, and I was like, okay, well, he was mad, okay. Well, and he has a whole binder of Pokemon cards in his hand, literally, right?
But he wants more.
He wants more.
I get it.
There is
I get
here,
it.
just more.
I get it.
I'll sing. You know?
I still do some things.
Yes,
some things.
absolutely.
Some things.
Some things.
But it's much less than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, so he goes to hit me, and I catch it, the binder, right? Well, but it bends my fingernail back, and I was like, ow, that hurt. But I'm like, okay. So my initial reaction is, we're gonna drunk him up and yank a knot in his tail because that's how I was raised, right? But I'm just like, I need to pee. So I get up and I go to the bathroom and I pray.
Please don't let me kill this child.
And I'm praying while I'm peeing, like, okay, God, give me the words to say here. What do I do in this situation, right? And I'm running through scenarios, right? I'm just like, okay, so you're not. I know for a fact that, like, I cannot spank him, right? You know, because he lives with his grandparents, right? I don't really have that authority. Okay. So I'm like, well, that's out of the question. Like, okay, well, I could just leave, but I'm like, what is that showing?
Yeah.
That's showing that whenever, you know, like, you get upset at mommy, she leaves again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, crap, that ain't it, you know? And I'm like, okay. Well, so I just go up there and I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to have this conversation, right? And so I say, like, you don't hit anybody. Anybody. More than that, you don't hit a girl, and you will never hit your mother. I don't really think that he understood it because, I mean, he was still mad. He was so upset. I told him, I said, it's okay for you to be mad. You can be angry with me. You can be sad. You know what I mean? Like, and if you go for the rest of the time, I think we had 10 minutes before I left. I'm like, you can sit here and we don't have to talk. That's okay. You can be mad at mommy. You know, I'm like, I am completely okay with that. You know, and he asked me, he said, is why you won't get me them because I have too many. I was like, no, you can collect whatever you want, honey. You know, I'm like, mommy used to collect little rubber frogs for no reason other than she liked rubber frogs, you know.
Why not?
You know, I had a whole pickle jar, the gallon pickle jar full of nothing but rubber frogs for no reason. Yeah. So you can collect whatever you want, honey. That's okay. I just can't get you any right now. I said, maybe you should have told the Easter Bunny that you wanted Pokemon cards, you know, for Easter. Because I had just literally right then, earlier that day, given him his Easter basket. So I'm like, what? Maybe you should have told the Easter Bunny you wanted Pokemon cards, you know? But, because I'm like, I can't. And this was before I went and killed Bambi's mom, you know, in my car. So, I really can't afford Pokemon cards now, you know? But I'm like, well, I don't know. And I've been asking, the people at work that have young kids like that, because I told them, I said, well, so I don't really know how to handle the situation because I only see him for 2 hours a week, you know. And he did mention, he goes, well, it would have worked on Daddy. I'm like, because I told him, I said, this isn't how mommy works, you know.
So he was trying to manipulate you.
Yeah.
He told you that.
He did tell me that, yeah. And I told him, I said, okay, honey. I said, well, what your daddy does is none of mommy's business.
Right. But mommy's not going to do this.
I'm like, but this isn't how you get stuff from mommy.
Right.
This is not how I said, hitting mommy is not how you get mommy to do stuff. That is the exact opposite of how you get mommy to do stuff. You hit mommy, mommy is not going to get you anything. Like dinner. You know what I mean? Like nothing. You know what I mean? But, you know, and he was like, well, I'm like, what your daddy does is none of mommy's business. If you want those Pokemon cards, you ask Daddy for them then. You know, I said, but mommy can't do it. You know, and I know he's 10. He doesn't understand, you know, the fact that, you know, I'm the only one taking care of his brother.
Anything.
He is not.
He's not
nothing,
lacking.
Ever. Nothing at all. But, you know, I mean, he is spoiled, you know, because his grandparents, you know, took him from me and his dad when he was 3. You know, I haven't been there, you know, and my dad has tried to make up for that. I know my dad has, you know. Everything was about chance with my dad, and my dad was told, oh my goodness, whenever I was 16 that he wouldn't be grandpa, you know, and then all of a sudden here he is, you know. So absolutely he spoiled him, you know, to the max. This one too, but you know,
grandparents can
absolutely, that's kind of their job. It's in the handbook, you know. But yeah, and I know, you know, I'm like, well, all I can do is the best that I can do with this right now. And I really wasn't happy with any outcome I had, but I know it was better than what I would have normally did. You know, I'm like, well, because I could have also thought, man, you know, I'm like, if I didn't lose custody of him, you know, he wouldn't be acting this way. You know, I could get stuck in that a lot. But who knows?
You don't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know that. You know what I mean? I had a 2-year-old in a trap house. You know what I mean? Like, he could have got some heroin and died.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's no telling. You know? So, I mean, because I don't know what would have happened. And, I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse. You know? So, I mean, I think for what it is, it worked out pretty good. because, he's alive. And, I was like, okay, well, and I know that this is just a little taste because he's just 10, and I know he's going to get more of an attitude. Yeah. But learning. We're learning
trying
together.
it out, so maybe he won't try it out again.
Right, yeah. I hope not, But if he does, I guess we'll move on to see what he does, what the next step to see.
Yeah. Well, the person that can make me the absolute maddest is my oldest son.
Yeah.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
But I have sat through rage after some of his, and this has been since being sober. He's an adult and I'm an adult, and sometimes I don't act like one, but it's just
yeah.
I just have to sit through it. I had to let myself get mad because there is no stuff in this.
Yeah.
No stuff in this. I just had to burn it all the way through. Yeah. So, but it's weird. He can make me madder than anybody.
Mm.
And he's one of the people I love the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just
there's something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time, which I'm very appreciative, I feel bad because role reversal because I don't have a license and he takes me places. Mm-hmm. And he came at me he wanted to leave right now, and he got in my face like this.
Okay.
And my horns went up.
Yep. Yeah, they did.
I'm just oh gosh, I don't let people speak to me. I don't care who you are, even if you're my child. You do not speak to me like that.
Yeah.
So I was just infuriated, and I couldn't even talk. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was almost psychotic. That sounds awful, but not to where I would go and do something. Just I was my reality was changing, and I was just well, I just got to sit through this because I'm so mad.
So mad. You
Wait
feel
for
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt it, and it was weird. It was a bubble popped, and I was just that was real weird, like a rage bubble. I don't even know. It's like a cartoon. I don't know. I'm in a cartoon or something. But I sat through, and then eventually I calmed down. Yeah. But all I did was sit there. I didn't do anything else. I didn't talk to anybody. It was just silent rage, and just let it go all the way to the end. But he left, and because I couldn't speak,
right,
and we worked it out within 5 minutes afterwards. When he got as soon as I calmed down, yeah. So no blows, no nothing,
right?
Nothing, no.
Yeah.
But not everybody would I be willing to just let it burn through,
right?
Instead of reacting. Because sometimes I'm reactive.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. But he can, and he's a great person.
Absolutely.
But it's just
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't take that. I just can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, I cannot.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I don't let anybody.
No.
Nope.
No.
Talk to me like that, or.
I don't go around doing that to people.
No.
No, I don't do that. It's yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, kids, they can get you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
But it's not.
Yeah.
I remember when they were little, when they were sleeping, I was oh, I just love them so much. And then after, it's oh my gosh, this is way too much. How am I supposed to do this? I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted, and I never, yeah.
I know exactly what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, this little guy's not wanting to sleep. But I think it was this medicine I was giving him. But he hasn't really slept in his room for a couple days. So we're going to try that tonight in hopes that he sleeps. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, I guess. But his daycare also likes to hold him whenever he takes a nap.
Which is good, but it's not good
It's
overall.
not good, no.
You're right.
They send me pictures of him asleep on him and go, oh, now put him down.
Put him down!
Put him down!
Stop loving my child!
And they just reply back, LOL. I'm like, LOL.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You might be a little bit spoiled, Bubby. Yeah, you are. Yeah. That's okay.
Why don't you come over here and we'll call it quits?
Come here.
Come
My
over
shoes?
here. You don't have to hide.
Come on.
Should I wear those two shoes together? I might. Who knows? Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
they're the same. Can you come over here?
Come on.
Come over and say
Be
hi.
indoors. Come on. Up. Stand up. You can do it. Up. Good boy. Okay. That's a good boy.
Say hi.
Oh.
Oh, we're gonna get smacked.
Smacked in the face.
I know, and then I'll have the psychotic episode.
Say hi.
Oh. Say hi
He's like, who are you waving at? I'm confused.
to the camera.
Look up
Do you see
there.
it right there? Can you see yourself? Who is that? I
I
know him.
did a baby.
He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're done. All right, this is the last episode, so thanks for everyone that tuned in. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
Oh, and that's Brittany. Did I even say that?
I think so at the beginning. I don't know.
Oh,
if we did
I
or
don't
not.
All
Bye.
right, bye.